Hey, this is Mix Wilson. Today we're going to walk through Lesson 11 of Unit 3, Code.org CS Discoveries. We're going to learn how to animate images in GameLab. This is one of my favorite topics. It's pretty exciting because it lets your images move. Now, I would recommend watching this video first. This is in Bubble 2. There's a couple things I want to highlight inside of this video. In particular, we're going to be talking about the draw loop. Here's the key thing of the draw loop. The function draw loop commands inside from line to line, top to bottom, and then they repeat. Just like that. This is really key because this is our first time where code is repeating at all. So keep in mind that anything inside of this green function draw loop is going to be repeated. You should watch the whole video though. It's really good. Let's jump to Bubble 3. In Bubble 3, all we have to do is to check this out and chat with our partners about whether this looks like the flipbook we saw in the video. Why or why not? Well, when I see the flipbook in the video, there's a couple things about it. When it showed the image of the person walking, it covered up the things in the background. Notice in this picture that it's drawing the ellipse, the circle, once each time it goes through the draw loop, but it's not erasing that circle. So it's just covering up the whole screen. We're going to learn how to cover up the previous circles, so you only see one at a time. Once you've thought about this a little, discussed with your partner, you can just go straight to the next one. All right. In Bubble 4, we want to make it so that it doesn't just draw green ellipses, it draws orange ellipses too. Okay, look at this code. We're going to do something very similar to that. I recommend pausing it now and trying it on your own. Okay, once you've thought about it, we're going to put fill color. Grab that fill color block, put it there, and you guessed it, put the ellipse underneath that. And now I'm going to make this code look exactly the same as the code before it. By putting a random number block there. Using the tab key to go quickly between these blanks, we can fill that in. Notice that I have only one function draw loop. And let's see, I want it to look orange, so I just can type in the word orange. So inside this one draw loop, there's two things happening each time the loop is run. First, it picks a green color, then draws a green circle. Then it picks orange color, draws an orange circle, and the result is what you see here. Nice. Moving on. In Bubble 5, this is a prediction level. If this run button isn't showing, it means you have to make a prediction. What I'd like you to do is to pause the video, and when you do so, read this code and make a prediction. In particular, write about what color do you think the background will be? And what do you think will be drawn to the screen? Will it be a bunch of circles? One circle? Squares? Go ahead and pause the video, write that prediction now, and then press run. All right, good job. So I hope, take a second and look at what you guessed versus what happened, if it was what you expected or not. And then you click run, finish, go to the next one. All right, sprites in the draw loop. Again, most of what we're doing right now is just watching and trying to figure out what the code does. It says run the code to see how it works. Discuss with your partner why some code is inside the draw loop and some code is outside. Try changing the numbers in the random block and running the program again. Interesting. All right, I'll move myself out of the way of the code here. We have a sprite and it is rotating. Sprite.rotation gets random number. Notice that the create sprite blocks are outside of the workspace. All we have to do for this one is change the random number blocks and see what happens. I'll change this to -20 and this one to +30. Whoa, he's going crazy. Now, before you move on, I just want to tell you that this Bubble 6 is a perfect example that is very, very close to what you need for Bubble 9, the purple assessment level. So make sure you take note of where everything is in the draw loop. We've got background, we've got draw sprites. Okay. Moving on. All right. In this one, we want to make this sprite shake like the first one. So let's take a look at the code and see what we have going on here. Okay, pencil.x gets random number between 100 and 110. Now, if you're good with noticing patterns, you might say, okay, I'm going to copy that pattern. Notice I go to the orange math section, grab out an orange random number block, and put it in. So brush X also has a random number. Now, when I do this, it makes the brush go randomly between the X values 1 and 10. Okay, cool. But in the picture, it's going randomly between the X values around where it started, which are actually around 300. Okay, no problem. All we need to do is in here, change this to 300, change this number here to 300, and this one to 310. If your brush is moving like crazy, it means that you've got a huge difference between these numbers. Like, for example, if I had from 300 to 100, whoa, that's crazy. That means that every time the draw loop is being run, the brush is picking a value between 100 and 300. We don't want that. We just want it to be moving a little bit between 300 and 310. Not a lot of motion. Okay, let's click finish. Feel free to go back and pause on any of those screens that you need. Okay. These ones are all really good for debugging. In particular, you'll notice that there are several different ones where the problem might look the same, but it's a different issue. So this is really good practice for debugging. I'm going to do part A. All right. So it says this level combines some of the skills you've already seen. It's drawing ellipses in the background and also updating the sprite properties. This time it's changing the sprite's sprite.rotation property. Okay, so we need to make the other alien shake just like the first alien is shaking. Okay, let's look in the workspace. Okay, now I'm scrolling down. I know that the important thing that I need is down. Why do I know that? Because the green draw loop is where that motion is happening. And we have a great rotation for the green alien, but no rotation for the pink alien. So you guessed it, we're going to copy this pattern for the green alien for the pink alien. Let's do it. Okay, sprite.rotation. Okay, I'm going to make that rotation be updated with a random number. And the name of this is pink alien with the A capitalized. So make sure you type that correctly. Now, if I don't change the numbers in the random number block, it actually works fine. Okay, cool. So this works. You can also change this to -5 and 5, but both aliens are moving, so we're good. Phew. Okay. Let's move on for now. I definitely recommend checking out these ones for debugging, but we're going to do bubble 9 now. Okay, this is our first time of making the draw loop 100% from scratch. Remember my tip? If you're totally stuck, go to bubble 6 and look at that pattern. That's what we're going to do. We're going to look at bubble 6 and kind of use that same pattern for this. We want to get the salt shaker shaking up and down. Okay, check out bubble 6. Okay, and we have the sprite creation outside the draw loop. Then the green draw loop. Inside that draw loop is background and draw sprites. And in the middle of those is the part where we update the properties. Fix that in your mind. Okay, let's do bubble 9. Okay, I need a green draw loop. And inside the green draw loop, I'm going to put background and draw sprites. Whew. Last thing we need to do is update the Y property. Y makes it go up and down. So sprite.y. And we're going to put a random number for that. Call that salt.y. Now, when I do this, it's all the way up here with a Y value of 1 and 10. I want a Y value of 200-ish. So I'm going to have it be 195 to 205. Phew, let's test it. Okay, phew, we got it. Wow. Well, thank you all so much for joining me and my fur babies. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.